Welcome back to the Couch Brotato Podcast, the show where two dudes kick back, crack jokes, and dive deep into the movies we love. This week, Russ and special guest Jason are heading to the dystopian future of 2019, as imagined in 1987, to talk about The Running Man, starring the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger. From explosive one-liners to over-the-top action and razor-sharp satire, they break down everything that makes this sci-fi cult classic such a wild ride. So grab some popcorn, dodge those stalkers, and get ready, because it's showtime right now on the Couch Brotato Podcast.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's back and framed for a crime. He'll either do hard time or prime time.
Perfect contestant. I want him.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Running Man. When death is the game, you play for your life.
Drop dead!
I don't do requests. The Running Man, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Couch Brotato Podcast. My name is Russ. Usually my partner in crime, my co-host Adam, is generally alongside, but he is unfortunately unable to be here tonight due to work commitments. Boo his work. But I thought about the perfect guest for this episode today. Like, man, who loves cheesy 80s action movies as much as I do? So I went back to the vault and I brought the legend, the man, the myth himself, Mr. Jason Cheshire. Long time, no talk when it comes to talking movies, but you are back to join us. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. Today, with to coincide with the release of the remake, we're doing 1987's The Running Man, which is right in our wheelhouse, dude. What was your introduction? What was your introduction to The Running Man?
It was, my dad had a VHS tape that he had recorded it. I remember from HBO. We really weren't allowed to watch like the action movies in the 80s because they were just usually gory.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he would let us watch Arnold and Stallone. Those were probably the two biggest
all the time,
action stars at the time. Yeah. And yeah, we had this little VHS tape that had like 6 movies on it, and The Running Man was one of them. And yeah, that was a constant play in my house growing up.
Oh yeah, I was the same. I'd always have 3 or 4 movies on one tape, and it made it super difficult to like alphabetize them because you like record like The Running Man and then like Cocoon, and I don't know, like Adventures of Babysitting would be on like one tape. I'm like, okay, I would never want to watch Cocoon. That was like not a movie that would be my wheelhouse as a kid. But yeah, if I try to find one of those, like, all right, fuck, where's this at?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that Stallone and Schwarzenegger were the two guys in your house. Were you a Schwarzenegger or a Stallone guy?
It's kind of, I would probably say Stallone. Probably because of the Rocky movies. I mean, he had some other stuff. Over the Top was one that consistently got played. Rambo, of course. Tango and Cash was another one that got played all the time. But yeah, I mean, there were, a couple of Arnold movies that got in there. And yeah, this is probably one of my favorite Arnold movies, even though it's just a cheesy 80s action movie.
Right. I think for me, I was more of a Schwarzenegger guy. I think it's because I was introduced to him first. Because I only really knew Stallone from the time as Rambo and Rocky, and that was it. And it was like Rambo 2 and like Rocky 3 and Rocky 4. So I didn't really have much of a relationship with Stallone per se, but like I was introduced at a pretty young age to all the Schwarzenegger stuff. I think it was because my grandpa was a big fan of him. And The Running Man was one of those movies that I remember I wasn't allowed to watch rated R movies like you. But then like one night my grandpa said, fuck it, I'm going to let you kids watch these. And it was Showtime had Die Hard and RoboCop back to back.
Yeah.
And there's no better introduction as like a 7 or 8 year old kid than watching RoboCop and Die Hard at the same time. But I think The Running Man was like the next one up because it seemed like it was on rotation on Showtime and HBO constantly. And I think I've seen this movie probably 50 or 60 times, not all the way through, but like bits and pieces. Like I would come in during like the Buzzsaw fight scene, like, all right, I got to watch a little bit. I got to watch Buzzsaw get his. And then like later on, I'd see the fight between Jesse Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then, you know, the next time I'd catch the Ben Richards is a mean motherfucker from The Old Lady.
Yeah. Like, I mean, for me, I was going to say, it's just one of those movies that, I mean, even if you catch it on TV and midway through, you're like, yeah, I'm going to watch this for a little bit. And just, yeah, I mean, it's.
Well, like,
the 80s were over the top.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I was a kid, like, everybody that I knew had seen this movie. But when I was doing the research, this movie wasn't a big hit at the box office. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was constantly on cable all the time. And even now, you'll catch it on, I'm not the CW, but they have like those offshoot channels. Like there's Comet.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah. I've got all kinds of them on DirecTV. They have these weird movie channels and like they'll show good movies on there. You're like, man, I can't believe they're showing this on there. Like,
yeah. Or if you have like over the air antenna, like channel 16.3 will be like nothing but 80s action. You'll get The Running Man followed by Next of Kin with Patrick Swayze, followed by like Red Dawn with Patrick Swayze. But yeah, man, like this, like I hadn't seen this movie in a long time, so it was nice to revisit it. And I changed up some of the categories simply because like I think this movie has earned. It shouldn't follow the set of rules that we've established here on the Couch Brotato Podcast when it comes to the categories. So it's gonna be fun kind of digging into this. But hey, you ready to go? Ready to dig into talk about The Running Man?
Let's get into it.
All right. If in case you guys and gals do not know what in the fuck is The Running Man all about, well, I'm going to tell you. In a future dystopian America, Ben Richards, a wrongfully accused and convicted policeman, gets his shot at freedom when he's forced to participate in a TV game show called The Running Man, where convicts must battle killers for their freedom. And that almost sounds like exactly when you got the old HBO and Showtime booklets in the mail every month, and it gave you the rundown of everything that was coming on for the month. That's exactly how that would read. If you flip to the very back and tell you what movies are coming on, you'd like, Running Man. Okay, what's this about? And it's that description exactly. The tale of the tape, The Running Man, is rated R. So you kids out there listening, be sure to get your parents' permission before you go check this one out. Released on November the 13th, 1987. Stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Maria Conchita Alonso, Yepet Kodo, Richard Dawson, and Jesse the Body Ventura. Directed by Paul Michael Glazer, who I think was Starsky or Hutch in the television show.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one, but yeah.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
61% audience score from Rotten Tomatoes and 65% from critics. The critical consensus is The Running Man is a winking sci-fi satire with ridiculous clothes and workmanlike direction. Alrighty then. Box office made $38 million on a $27 million budget. This was not nominated for any Oscars. I mean, as cool as it is, it was not up the Academy's alley. And you can currently stream this on Paramount Plus, which I guess apparently when I approached you about doing The Running Man, it was on Netflix and then they took it off.
Yeah. Yep. It was on until last Friday. And like I had planned to watch it Saturday. It did say leaving soon, so I guess it's kind of my fault. But I mean, I didn't think it would just automatically leave the next day.
Mm. Well,
Whatever.
I know on the episodes, I always tell you guys and gals where you can stream this at, but I cannot encourage you enough. Get the Just Watch app. You can look up any movie or any television show and it'll tell you where you can stream it at. And I think, what was it? Might have been no, it wasn't The Shining. There's a movie that we done recently. It jumped from Netflix to another streamer. I think it went from Netflix to Peacock.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, tell you where you can watch them at, but yeah, download that app. It's super helpful. I use it all the time when I do this show. Like if it's a movie that you can't stream, if it's something it's not like super awesome like Jaws or just some big title, if it's not streaming anywhere, I won't even bother with it. Like there's a movie called Eddie and the Cruisers that I really like from 1983, I think. About a guy that's like in the height of his rock star fame and he mysteriously dies, and it's about the legend of Eddie and the Cruisers. Can't find it anywhere. It's not available for streaming. Can't find it anywhere. And I was going to do Revenge of the Nerds. Also, can't find it anywhere.
That's odd that one's not anywhere.
Well, Revenge of the Nerds is a movie that hadn't exactly aged very well either.
Oh, yeah. I really didn't think about that.
Yeah. The Revenge of the Nerds is probably aged like milk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I really didn't think about that one.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I've seen that. So
it only came to my mind because there was a guy, I do deliveries as my occupation. I know you think like I'm a big, rich, famous podcast host, you guys and gals out there, but I'm a commoner just like everyone else. I work a 9 to 5, but there's a guy that one of these plants that I go deliver to looks exactly like Ogre.
Jeez.
Well, I will say he looks more like, because the same actor that plays Ogre is also Jackson in Bloodsport. He looks a little bit more like Jackson from Bloodsport than Ogre because he's got like kind of a patchy beard. But every time I see him,
Wait, did we go? Yeah, go ahead.
But every time I see him, I expect him to tell me he hates nerds. And I know what you're getting ready to ask. Was there a guy we went to school with and we called Ogre? And yes, there was.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, hey, there was a guy that we went to school with that I think we just called him Ogre.
Yeah, we actually, like, for 2 months, I didn't know his name. I just knew him as Ogre. And I thought that was his name.
Yeah. I mean, he answered to it. So.
Oh, I had him in a couple classes. He used to get so mad, too, when you called him that. Because I had him in a home ec class, and you'd say, like, hey, Ogre, can you pass me the baking soda?
Oh, that's great.
If you're listening out there, Ogre, nothing but love for you, dude. Did you know these are some fun and interesting tidbits about the production of The Running Man? This is based on a Stephen King novel, which he wrote under his pseudonym, Richard Bachman. And this is actually only the 4th movie that he done under the Richard Bachman name. Well, this is the 4th novel under the Richard Bachman name that they turned into a movie. They also did Thinner, which I talking about that movie got me in trouble at school. The Running Man, they've done this twice, and then The Long Walk, which came out this year too, which I've heard is really good. This was originally scheduled to be released in July of 1987, but it was moved back 4 months by Studio TriStar to avoid competition with the Arnold Schwarzenegger summer movie that was coming out. Do you have an idea what that was?
Was that Total Recall or
That was
no?
Predator, my friend. Christopher Reeve. Yeah. Well, we'll get to the best of Arnold here sometime soon, but I think for me personally, that one might be on there. It's a rite of passage to watch Predator. Christopher Reeve, Patrick Swayze, and Dolph Lundgren were all under consideration for the role of Ben Richards.
How different would this movie have been if Christopher Reeve was the lead?
You know, out of those guys, I could see him the most. I mean, he had had the physique for it, and I mean, in some of the other movies he's done, like there was a movie he did. I think it came out the same year called Switching Channels. So he kind of has a thing for comedy, and obviously being Superman, he definitely could do the action. I don't know if I could see Patrick Swayze, and Dolph Lundgren, I think fits the prototype the best, but out of those three, I'd see Reeve as the one that I would maybe see outside of Arnold.
Yeah, I could have never had Patrick Swayze. I mean, he was what, 5'8", 5'9", somewhere in that range. I couldn't see him expecting him to run a gauntlet. I mean, we'll give him, Roadhouse. But, you're playing death games. I don't think I'd take Patrick Swayze on my side.
Plus, if Dynamo would have tripped and fell over him, that would have been it.
Yeah, that's it.
Before Richard Dawson was cast as Killian, the producers wanted Chuck Woolery of Love Connection fame to play Killian, but unfortunately he couldn't do it because of his commitments to the Love Connection. So Arnold suggested they cast Dawson because I guess Richard Dawson and Arnold were friends.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a funny story about Richard Dawson when that comes up.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and share it now.
Well, I was going to say, like, I remember spending the night at a friend's house, and he had never seen The Running Man, so they had rented it, and we're watching it, and he's like, and Richard Dawson pops up there for the first time, and he just looks at me, he says, "My mom says he's a pervert." Well, I mean, he's not lying. I mean, the 80s, 70s and 80s were wild TV.
Yeah, like I didn't like my introduction to Family Feud was with Ray Combs, which I'm sure probably was for you too, because Dawson, I think they ended the Family Feud maybe a couple of years before this movie, but I remember in like YouTube, like is great for this, and just subsequent clips like you'd see on TV that like Richard Dawson was known for being very, very hands-on with some of the female.
Yeah, and then like an asshole to what was the Newlywed Gang?
Mm-hmm.
He would go on there and like he was always annoyed with the husbands, but loved messing with the wives. And it was like, man, like, I try that stuff nowadays.
Oh yeah, you're getting canceled immediately. Well, if you look it up there's like a whole YouTube, like just a mega cut of him just like kissing like the female contestants and just being totally inappropriate.
Oh yeah.
And actually, when I watched it today, this joke probably killed in the theaters in 1987. But when he brings the first lady out to so she can select like her stalker, he gives her a kiss, but he makes the reference. He goes, "But no tongue."
Yeah.
But I could see Chuck Woolery though. He's kind of got the right amount of he's got the right amount of sleaze to him.
Oh yeah, he's definitely an arrogant asshole.
this movie actually was not originally supposed to be directed by one Paul Michael Glaser. The original director was Andrew Davis, who you guys and gals may know from his films such as Under Siege and The Fugitive. And I actually just watched a movie with him recently called The Package. It had Gene Hackman in it. Was fucking amazing action movie. But he was the original director. He got fired after 4 days because, or no, what was it? Oh, he was fired after 8 days of shooting because they were 4 days behind schedule and already $8 million over budget.
Yeah, but I think, didn't they say that his adaptation was going to be more towards the book, and Arnold was really like pissed off when he was fired?
I didn't catch that, but I would be surprised.
Yeah, it was something, because I know Stephen King was not happy with this version.
Stephen King is either super thrilled or he hates the adaptations. Like last time we did The Shining, he fucking hated it. Shits all over it. But he likes the miniseries version that they did. But I've seen both of them, and the Jack Nicholson one is the far superior version to me. But I also never read the book, so
I don't know. I mean, he's given his thumbs up on the new one, and so has an Arnold. So, but I mean, even Arnold said that he hated the way this came out. I mean, it's not his best action movie, but I mean, it's still pretty solid. I mean,
it's fun.
You can definitely, fun with it.
Yeah, it's a relic of the 1980s for sure. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes that's all you want. I guess the producers went to Glaser because he was a TV director, and they were looking for somebody that could set up fast and get shooting done quickly since they were behind schedule already. So that's why they went with him. I'm sure he's done other stuff, but the only thing that I seen on his IMDb is he shot the pilot for Miami Vice, the TV show. So, all right. Well, he already a great director in my book, because that is probably one of the greatest pilots of all time. Burt Reynolds was offered the role of Damon Killian, but he turned it down because he was going to be billed last, and he wanted to be on the same line as Arnold Schwarzenegger on the poster.
I mean, he would have a gripe there. I mean,
well, the thing with Burt Reynolds, though, at this point, though, his career was starting to kind of be on the decline.
Yeah.
Because he was starting to do like those shitty like action movies. Like I think he did one called Heat.
Yeah. What was the one with the kid?
Oh, that came a couple of years later. That was Cop and a Half.
Yeah. There's a classic cheesy movie that is just it's funny.
We do this. Yeah. We've done this thing in the last couple of years called the Turkey Day Turkey Extravaganza, where we've like taken like a bad movie, and that's the movie that we do and we release it on Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. I have a list of movies on that, and Cop and a Half is on there.
That's starring our friend Charles Blaine.
If you're listening, Charles, nothing but love for you, man.
Yeah.
Actually, I was privy enough to the movie theater in town used to do sneak previews where they would show you a movie that was getting ready to come out, but it wasn't out yet, and it was showing it like one time. And then what you could do is if you paid to see whatever, you got to stay and watch a second movie for free. And I remember I had subjected myself to a Cop and a Half, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot double feature.
No. Gee, I mean,
even like
Yeah, those were both.
even then, about halfway through stopping, my mom was shooting. I just thought to myself, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yep. Oh, that one's rough.
Yeah, but I think at this time, though, I'm gonna look up Bert's IMDb real quick. But I think at the time he was like kind of on the downslope of his career, and he didn't really get it back till I think it was Boogie Nights, and then he managed to squander that too. Well, let's see. Yeah, by this time we had 87, 86, 87. Yeah, he had done. All right, 84. He did Cannonball Run 2, City Heat, which had him and Clint Eastwood. He did Heat, not the good one with Pacino and De Niro. Malone, Rent-A-Cop, Switching Channels, and Physical Evidence. This was all within like a 2-year time frame around The Running Man. So yeah, his star was dying at that time. So yeah, and honestly, if I was an actor, if I was like a big name actor that was kind of like a little past my prime, I always thought that was cool when you were like looking at the credits and it would have like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like Kurt Russell, you just go down the list and it has and Clint Eastwood, you know what I mean? Or somebody like, just as an example, like I always thought that was cool. It's like, okay, they got somebody that's in this movie for 20 minutes, but he's going to kick ass for those 20 minutes. I would have totally been cool with that.
No, I mean, yeah. Usually if it comes up last, it's like, you kind of feel like that's the last name that people will see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or it's like, oh, who's Kurt Russell playing? Oh, I can't wait to see him pop up. I don't know, but I think, yeah, Burt was part of that era that I don't think they knew when, like, hey, I don't have my fastball anymore, but I'm still going to go out there and throw like I've got it. In 2019, the film's screenwriter, Stephen E. D'Souza, told the New York Post that the film inspired American Gladiators, as well as the Williams arcade game Smash TV. In fact, one of the producers of American Gladiators sold his show with clips from The Running Man, telling the network, "We're doing exactly this, except the murdering part."
I mean, kinda. Maybe the character bit, but I mean, you're not chasing down some guy in a car and one. I don't even know what kind of, like a little go-kart, makeshift go-kart with a shield.
That looks like a go-kart with a soapbox racer frame, or like a go-kart frame like over a soapbox derby car.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it that way. Like you could see they took some of the concepts from it, but nobody's walking out there with a flamethrower. And I mean, I would have watched if they did, but
I hate to say this, but the way society is heading, I could easily see 15 or 20 years down the road, there's a fucking show that comes on television where people are getting hunted for sport.
Would not surprise me.
Yep. I'm actually surprised that it hasn't happened yet. Like it's in fucking Brazil, like they take criminals and like they get hunted, or, in like Australia, like they could fucking let them loose in the outback.
Yeah, have you ever realized like how many movies there are with like the same concept? I mean, I was sitting there thinking about it the other, like The Condemned. That's another movie that I just
save
it's
that
a good
thought,
watch.
save that thought because I do have that question coming up. It's coming. Could be the Mount Rushmore question. The last fun fact I have is this movie features 2 actors that would eventually be elected governor of their respective states. Arnold was elected governor of California, and Jesse Ventura was elected the governor of Minnesota.
Never would have thought either one at that point in life.
Arnold I could have seen because I know he was starting to have political aspirations, but like never in a million years would I have thought Jesse Ventura would be elected at that high of a level.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for fun facts. But yeah, I would have never in a million years expected, the body to be elected the governor. Like, even when he did, like, I was expecting kind of the outfits he wore on Saturday night's main event.
Before he got let go, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I did see he just recently got the boot. Well, it doesn't surprise me, though. Like, yeah, he was showing his age on that show, and I'll just leave it at that. Mm-hmm. All right, the Martin Scorsese Award for the best scene of the movie. What do you got?
Okay. So mine is you're getting into the later stages of the actual game show. He's already killed several of these. What do you want to call them?
All the stalkers?
Stalkers. Yeah, that's it. And then they hack into the system and play the original video, and the crowd turns.
Mm-hmm.
And the crowd was already on edge because the old lady started betting on Ben to win, but this solidified it. And then it like starts a riot. And yeah, that's my favorite part.
So what you're saying is the old lady saying that Ben Richards is a mean motherfucker was like Stone Cold Steve Austin's King of the Ring speech. And then
yeah, it was that kind of moment.
And then the actual footage of the Bakersfield Massacre was WrestleMania 13.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good analogy.
Thank you. I just come up with that on the fly. That's a good one. I know for me, anything with Richard Dawson was actually really awesome, especially like the game show stuff. I like the stuff with Buzzsaw where he's fighting Buzzsaw because Buzzsaw is like the only one that really gives him a run for his money. But for me, it's probably where they try to escape. What do they call that? Like right after he gets arrested for the Bakersfield Massacre, like that confinement camp. And they're punching in the code.
Yeah. Okay.
Where Chico gets a little impatient and gets his fucking head blown off.
Yeah, we'll all lose our heads. Literally.
Chico! I do like that scene. And then probably the end when Killian gets to ride on that. That's another 80s trope too, is the tube. Like everything was like in a fucking like one of them bank tubes.
Yeah, like everything. What was the? I was thinking something like that when I was watching it back. Now I can't think of what movie it was that always felt like you were being shot down the tube or like going back in time or.
Well, even when he gets shot through that tube, like who took like, I figured for like being like a very like high tech, very profitable game show, like the thing, like that tube has to be going probably 70 or 80 miles an hour, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And the only thing to stop it is that really flimsy, like construction, like plastic fencing that, you can roll up
They
and
should
like,
got a couple of them. Go ahead.
oh yeah, just like the fucking, like just that cheap, flimsy plastic fencing that they use on construction sites.
Well, they could have got a couple of them gym mats that they used to lay down when you climb the rope and do class. The little 2-inch thick ones that
Oh, those
let's
things.
hope nobody falls.
All those things would have fucking smashed the front end of it going that thing, because those things had no give at all. Shit, if you
How
fell
we
off,
survived.
dude, if you fell off the rope on that thing, you might as well just land it on concrete flooring, because it's the same thing.
No, I was telling my wife that the other day, like, how did we survive the 80s? When, they expected us to climb a rope with a 2-inch thick, hard as a rock mat. We'd all have CTE back then.
Oh, I'm sure us 80s kids have just a little, at least a taste of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we drank out of a garden hose. You'd slice your fucking hand on like a rusty metal. Can't tell you how many times you get like a fucking shot to the head. I know my brother's probably got CT because I know I damn near killed him playing baseball one day. So I know he's got it. He may not be like really bad, but I'm sure some of his irritability probably has come from like the time he got hit in the head with a baseball, come off a bat.
That brain.
So what are we giving the best scene of the movie?
I could go with either one, but yeah, I mean, let's go with that opening scene where they're breaking out of that little prison that they were being held in, and Chico loses his.
Yeah, poor Chico, man. If you just would have waited. Plus, you get my dude Yapet Kodo, fucking being just a Billy Badass too. Which
man, that was a solid, really opening scene there. I mean, get you ready for what you're about to see.
Yeah, Arnold like just handling what machine gun is that he's using? I'm not a big gun guy, so I couldn't tell you. The staple 80s is that AK-47.
With AK or what are those Uzi?
It's not. I know it's not an Uzi because I always thought when I was a kid, like I used to have those squirt guns that like if you shot it like shot dye at your shirt. And I had an Uzi. I just thought the Uzi was cool. It's compact, deadly. All
Fire
right.
off a lot of rounds at once.
Yeah, okay, let's give it to the confinement camp scene. If anything, for Chico's memory.
Yeah, poor Chico.
Chico
Made it about 13 minutes in.
I don't even think he made it that long.
Nah, probably not.
This next category is usually the Andy Dufresne Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying award for the most quotable line of the movie. But since we are talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger and we are talking about 1980s action movies, I decided to change this up a little bit. We're going for the Arnold Schwarzenegger award for the best cheesy Arnold one-liner. A formula that, like I said at the beginning of the episode, that he was kind of working with. And this particular movie, I think he just says, all right, I've got all the ingredients necessary. I'm going to try to bake this cake. Cake doesn't turn out exactly right, but he knows what he did wrong, and he perfects the formula just a few years later with Total Recall. That's apex Arnold one-liners is Total Recall. I'll die on that hill. But there's a lot of cheesy dialogue in this one. So what was your nominee for the Arnold Cheesy One-Liner Award?
Well, we had kind of talked about it before with the here's Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. But I think I'm going to go with the one where he's talking directly to Killian. And he says, I'm going to live to see you eat that contract, but leave room for my fist because I'm going to punch you in the stomach and break your goddamn spine.
There used to be that was my nominee too. Simply because there used to be, I don't know if it's still a website or not, but there used to be a website called E-Bombs World.
Oh,
where you used to be able to find, it was like the precursor to YouTube. Cause I know like I've always found like the QVC fuck ups where the guy was on the retractable ladder and he falls, and then like some guys also messing around with this cylinder looking record, and it's like one of a kind and he ends up breaking it. But they used to have a soundboard where you could like take like clips and just turn it into like a phone call conversation. And that was like the Arnold one was, I'm going to ram my fist in your stomach. And we used to prank call my old boss when I worked at a video store. And we used to do those, and he fucking knew it was us, but he went along with it anyway. So Mike, if you're listening, I really appreciate you go along with the gag. But, yeah, that was mine too, simply because it kind of took it on second life on E-Bombs World. However, the line that made me laugh as a kid, and even when I watched it just a couple days ago, even when I watched it tonight, it still makes me laugh, is when Dynamo's chasing after him, and he shocks Maria Conchita Alonso's character, and he's trying to get his attention, and he goes, "Hey, light bulb. Hey, Christmas tree."
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, we want to call it an Arnoldism.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do have a question about Dynamo, though. Buzzsaw, fucking big hulking guy, has a chainsaw. Captain Freedom, obviously, I mean, it's Jesse the Body Ventura. You can tell that guy can handle himself. Sub-Zero has like the hockey gimmick. Whatever. It kind of works. And then Fireball has the flamethrower. But Dynamo, how the fuck is this guy still around? Like, I don't understand how that guy has survived being a stalker. Because let's be real,
I don't either.
He's not a specimen of physical fitness. His weapons kind of suck. I mean, he doesn't kill Alonso's character. He, like you say, he drives that real shitty, like, fucking go-kart. It ends up tipping it over. And he doesn't even look very cool. He essentially looks like, what are those, was that a light bright? Or we used to have like the little pegs and you could like make pictures and shit out of it. Is that a light bright?
Yeah. Yeah. What was that little jingle? Light bright, turn off the light.
Yeah, he was essentially a walking light bright, and I don't know how that guy is how he fucking made it through one season of that show.
And what, he died simply because he got wet.
Yeah. I mean, all the other ones, like, fucking kind of went out, like, on their, kind of cool. Like, Buzzsaw got fucking cut in half, got his dick cut off. And then, yeah, Sub-Zero got fucking decapitated. And then Fireball got lit on fire. But yeah, he just old Dynamo got wet and electrocuted himself. Yeah, if they would have gotten to another season, it's probably a good thing they killed off some of those guys because they kind of suck. Buzzsaw was kind of cool, but so we're giving it to I'll ram my fist into your stomach and break your goddamn spine. That should be a yearbook quote.
Yeah, if they allow it, I would. Well, we can change it up a little bit.
Yeah, you can shorten it to GD. The next award we have on deck is the McLovin Award.
I am McLovin.
For the best or scene-stealing performance. Obviously Arnold, and I think Richard Dawson's disqualified because I think he's in the movie a little too much. Kind of wanted to give it to my boy Yaphet Kotto, just because, like, if anything, he makes one of my favorite movies of all time just a couple of years later, Midnight Run. I don't know. He never lets you down in a movie. I'm going with Jesse Ventura. Because if you've seen this as a kid, and us being like big fans of professional wrestling, like, fuck, Jesse the Body Ventura's in this. We got him in like Predator a couple months ago. And like the Captain Freedom fucking workout video is totally Jesse the Body Ventura from Saturday Night's Main Event WrestleMania.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And dude, like, that guy had a fucking year. He called WrestleMania 3. He was in Predator, and he was in The Running Man.
Pretty solid right there.
Yeah, that's like Robert Downey Jr. being in fucking Iron Man and Tropic Thunder type, or Jamie Foxx being nominated for Oscars for Ray and Collateral in the same year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice little trio there.
I'm going to give it to Jesse Ventura. That's my nominee, simply because outside of Richard Dawson, like, let's be real, like, there isn't any like super fucking awesome supporting performances in this.
I mean, if I just want to do like one moment that always makes me laugh, Dweezil Zappa. When he breaks into the production room and he's got that gun, don't touch that dial. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. It just, you didn't expect it. And I mean, even Arnold had called him out in the previous scene, like, that kid's going to go in. And yeah, he just broke into the production, got a big ass gun, and then just fires off that one-liner.
That should have been the fucking winner for the Arnold cheesy one-liner. And Arnold doesn't even deliver it.
Yeah. Now, if Arnold would have thrown that one out there, yeah, it probably would have. But it just kind of caught you off guard. And like, I always laugh when I see it, especially after Arnold was killing him in the previous scene. Like, that kid's going in.
We can give it to Dweezil Zappa, who for some reason is famous because he has an odd name and his dad's Frank Zappa. But yeah, we can give it to Dweezil Zappa simply for that one line. Honorable mention to Mick Fleetwood, whoever did the makeup in this movie, man, I wish I'd have known you when I was a kid, could have gotten some lottery numbers, because he managed to make Mick Fleetwood look exactly how he looks right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, damn, that is fucking spot on. All right. The Dean Winters, Who Is That Guy? Girl Award for the performer that you've seen in a movie, but you don't know their name. I'll let you give out your nominee, because I think I got a pretty good one.
Okay.
Who do you got?
For me, Kurt Fuller.
Dude, that's who I got.
Yeah. It's like, that guy's in, like, every time I see a movie, I'm like, what have I seen this guy in? Wayne's World, Ghostbusters 2, The Running Man. And I mean, the list can go on and on and on of all this stuff that he's been in. And I never even knew what his name was.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't name No Holds Barred. That's the first thing that pops to my head every time I see him in that. Because he plays the Vince McMahon type character.
And I mean, he's never really had like a really like big role.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like, oh, if this is going to be a movie, we got to get Kurt Fuller in.
Right? It's like we need somebody to be somebody that works in TV. Get Kurt Fuller on the phone. Because, yeah, he plays like the TV guy in this. He plays a TV executive in No Holds Barred, and he's the producer of Wayne's World, or the director of Wayne's World in Wayne's World. And actually,
I was looking.
I honor Kurt Fuller every time I record this episode, because when I count down when I'm getting ready to record, I do the 2 head nods, and then I start recording.
Yeah. I mean, looking at his, like, I just didn't know like all the stuff that he'd been in, and then it's like when I start seeing these titles pop up, yeah, I remember that, and I remember that.
I forgot all about it being Ghostbusters too.
I knew Wayne's World. I mean, that's probably the obvious one for me. But just going through the list, and I'm like, my God, like, this guy's got a really nice portfolio of movies here.
That guy got me in so much trouble in 1989 because I think for like a good solid 2 or 3 weeks, me and my friends, because we all went and seen No Holds Barred together in the movie theater, and I think for like a good solid 2 weeks we kept calling each other jock ass. We get in trouble for it. Yeah, definitely Kurt Fuller deserves this one. Because I seen him, like, when I was watching it, I was like, fuck, it's Kurt Fuller. Like, it was almost the Leo, like, pointing in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's like, I know that guy. All right, the most 1987 moment of the movie. I don't know if you have been on the show since we brought this, but this is category where you can, like, this is like something in the movie that you can definitely tell this movie was made in 1987. And I even confused myself at first, but I was like, is it like the time frame of the movie? But I think me and Adam decided it's this something that reflects the year that this movie was made. Okay. So my nominee is the take-home version of The Running Man. That was a game show staple back in the 80s. It's like everyone in the audience got the take-home version of Pressure Luck, which I don't know how that's even feasible, but I guess it was a thing. Or Card Sharks.
You could say the same. Yeah, you could say the same thing for the run. How the hell do you play The Running Man at home?
I know. I'm trying to figure that out too. Like, because
you could be Dynamo and just throw a toaster in the shower.
You got the fucking light bright, like a light bright pad you can like throw on, and there's a plastic chainsaw. I really wanted to give, I also wanted to, I thought about nominating like the scantily clad dancers from 1980. Like, that's late 80s staple too, is like they're wearing like the spandex, and like for some reason they just have this minute and a half long like dance sequence to start the show.
Yeah. Well, I think that was going to be my nominee, because it seemed like every time there was something prime time, whether it was an award show, some type of big show, there was always some sort of dance sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have like 4 or 5 rows of women all, choreographed little dance number. And yeah, I mean, that was just something that was always like primetime TV. There was some type of dancing.
And the outfits looked like they really hurt because like those thongs like went up real fucking high.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I was like, damn, like, does that hurt?
That's too.
I'm okay giving it to both of them actually because I think they're both like classic examples of the 1980s.
Yeah.
And also, I noticed that this movie was supposed to take place in 1997. But yeah, they're still using tube TVs and like Coke machines, where like the labels on the Coke machines are fucking super big. They're about the size of like an iPhone now. And you could choose like Coke or because they slimmed them down to where like they were probably about the size of a credit card. But in the 80s, if you went to a vending machine that served soda, like they had these obscenely large like labels that let you know what soda you were choosing.
Don't pick the mystery flavor.
Yeah, you're getting a fuck. Hey, don't knock Fresca. That was Judge Smills' favorite drink. Anytime I see Fresca, I'll call my wife because like she likes the sparkling waters. So I'll call her on the phone like, well, I don't see bubbly, but how about a Fresca, huh? Doesn't go over very well.
Nah, I imagine not.
She's like, my God, I'm married to an idiot. The Indiana Jones, It Belongs in a Museum Award for the prop that you would want for your personal collection. There's a lot to choose from in here, and I've got a couple that are strong contenders, but I want to hear what you got first.
Well, I am going with Fireball's flamethrower, so I would use that sucker to melt this freaking snow. that would be the one thing that I would want. The other thing that I had was Jesse Ventura's wig.
Oh,
that thing was solid.
That was a fucking piece and a half.
Oh yeah.
I had the net gun that they used to capture Arnold at the airport. And I don't understand why that's not more of a thing. Like a good net gun. But I also thought about taking home the Hate Boat poster that's in the background at Killian's at the television studio. And I'm also very intrigued to know exactly what kind of television show Hate Boat is.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was, the hell's supposed to be? Yeah, I mean, it does make you wonder, like, what the hell kind of show were they running? Was that something else that he was a part of, or yeah, there's some backstory there I think we need.
Because I thought like it could be like a Fight Club style like fighting tournament on a boat, or it could be like couples that are in the midst of like whether they want to get divorced or not. Like,
yeah,
is this
like go on the Hate Boat?
Yeah, we're gonna put you on the Hate Boat, and then you figure out whether you love each other or you hate each other. But I don't know. There's
sounds like a Netflix special.
Oh, dude, like if you ran Love Island and then like they followed it up with Hate Boat, man, Netflix, like the subs are going up. I was very intrigued by that Climbing for Dollars television show that they had for the guys getting fucking mauled by the dogs.
No, I didn't see that. What?
Yeah, they have a clip of a television show called Climbing for Dollars where this guy's on this fucking rope grabbing money, and there's dogs that are at the bottom and they're nipping at his heels. and they're shooting shit at him, trying to get him to like fall off the rope, and then obviously get mauled by the dogs. But yeah, like there's these Doberman pinchers that are like fucking biting at his ankles and stuff, and this guy's like fucking getting nipped, and he's grabbing fucking cash as he's climbing up, like different shit's coming at him, trying to knock him off the rope. It's kind of like American Ninja Warrior, only like more violent because there's fucking dogs that are trying to eat you down there.
That's why.
Yeah, it comes off like a commercial break. It says, you know, like it. I think they're when they're in the television studio before like the Running Man goes on. I think climbing for dollars is
like. I would totally watch something like that. That's crazy.
Oh, dude, I would too.
I want to see somebody get mauled by a dog today.
Man, ABC's fucking winning. They're winning the night with fucking Hate Boat, Climbing for Dollars, and the Running Man.
Climbing for dollars, man. You could make some weird shit. Like, you gotta.
Well, wasn't there a fad where like there was these outrageous Japanese game shows?
Oh yeah. There was the one where I know they had that spider, and it was in that tube, and the two people were blowing it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had their head in like one of those things, like Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob. They were blowing it back and forth, and it would get to the end. And I don't know if it was like some type of poisonous spider. I mean, I hope that they wouldn't be doing something like that, but wasn't
there the old Saturday Night Live skit with Chris Farley where he's on the Japanese game show and he's just like has no idea how to speak Japanese at all, and he's getting the questions right, and then he thinks that he's actually like he makes it to the bonus round, and he kind of gets a little too big for his britches, and he fucking loses, and they shock the shit out of him.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's Mike Myers is like the host of this game show, and then Chris Farley's like an American tourist, and Mike Myers, I'll send it to you when we get done, but yeah, he's trying to like answer these questions, and he has no idea how to speak Japanese, but he's kind of just repeating what Mike Myers is saying to him, and he gets the questions right. And then he makes it to the bonus round at the end, and then like he basically like gets the question wrong, and they just fucking electrocute the shit out of him.
Crazy. But that does sound like some of the Japanese game shows I've seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, Netflix, let's get the Hate Boat. Let's get that rolling.
Yeah. Climbing for dollars. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll sign on as executive producers. Like, man, this is such a great concept, guys. Where'd you get this from? Off the top of our heads. All right, the John Williams Award for Best Use of Music in the Movie. Not a big fan of the score of this, but I will say that the song they play at the end, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of the worst fucking closing songs I've ever heard in an 80s movie.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I mean, even if you watch this back, there's really not much in this. I was gonna just go with Dynamo when he is singing the aria while he's chasing after Ben, because
we do get Ride of the Valkyries in that too.
Yeah, Dynamo's actually a trained opera singer, so I think I would probably go that way.
Man, I don't know. That song Restless Heart on there is pretty fucking, that's 80s cheese all over it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. Obviously, I had that one, but I was going to go outside the box a little. But yeah, I'd be completely okay with going that way.
I'm just looked up, the singer is John Parr. Had quite the movie career. He did, he wrote St. Elmo's Fire for the movie St. Elmo's Fire. He wrote Through the Night from the Quicksilver soundtrack. I don't know if you remember that movie. It's the, I think it's the Kevin Bacon bicycling movie. Yeah, where he's he's the bike messenger. He wrote The Minute I Saw You from 3 Men and a Baby. Damn. I forgot how, 3 Men and a Baby, I think it was like the biggest movie of this year, 1987, and I completely, don't even fucking remember it. The only thing I remember, it's there's that thing where that person apparently hangs themselves in the background.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
And then he wrote this, Restless Heart.
Could have done better, John Parr.
Yeah, but I'm giving it to Restless Heart just because it's
okay.
This is 80s all over it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's like I said, it's fun. It's an awful song. I mean, I figured you would have gotten somebody, but nope. John Parr it is. Keep one performer, recast the rest with Muppets. Who would be the one person you'd keep? And then
even Arnold.
I had the same.
Yeah, and then I was even thinking about could you imagine Arnold running with Bunsen and Beaker?
Well, no, Muppets, not the actual cast of the Muppets. Although I like where you're going. I like where you're going with this. But the actors would be like a Muppet version of the actor. So Richard Dawson would have the fucking the bitchin' ass sideburns.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, I was thinking, I'm the two guys that were running with him, if you could have the smart one, I would think, what was his name? Levin?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You kind of shape him up like Dr. Bunsen. And then you have Beaker running like McLaughlin. And I would crack the hell up. But I kind of, when I was listening to the last episode you guys did, The Shining, I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I could even think of, who would do what. If you could shape Richard Dawson like Sam the Eagle.
Yeah.
Or even do it like a duo host, Statler and Waldorf. Yeah, that Rolf do a dynamo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Could you imagine him his head popping out and have the big ears that look like him driving along? I was cracking myself up thinking about that. That would be funny. Leave the action star and just replace them with actual Muppets.
Dude, your version of this sounds like a fucking fever dream, but I'm all for it.
I think the Muppets are very underrated as adult comedy.
Oh, dude, totally. Did you hear they're remaking it again?
Oh, they are?
Well, they're not remaking the Muppets. Apparently, I read that Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence are teaming up to produce a Miss Piggy movie.
I'm in.
Yeah. Because I really like the Jason Segel Muppets movie he did a few years ago.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty decent. Yeah, I think I appreciate them more now as an adult, just because I get more like there was obviously a little bit of adult humor in those old shows, but I mean, even just like their regular skits, I mean, they stand the test of time.
Oh yeah, like I've never bothered to look, but now that you mention it, I think I'm gonna look and see it. The Muppets are on Disney Plus, right? That might be one of those things where I just take a trip down memory lane and just watch some.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it really does hold up. But I mean, I don't know. It's just I think it's one of those things that, like I said, I just appreciate more now than I did as a kid. And
It's like
I don't
watching
want
The
to say like
Simpsons.
yeah.
It's like the stuff that I found funny as a kid, I don't really find funny, but the stuff I missed that was aimed towards like adults, like fucking hysterical.
Yeah. Like you know, growing up, I never liked like the Swedish Fish. I mean, Swedish Chef, the Swedish Chef.
I do it
just
too.
because I didn't get it, but then now it's like, oh God, I gotta see this. And usually you can pick out like what he's really trying to convey now. It's like, and I mean, like it's just it's a lot better to sit and watch it back and then realize like, man, this stuff was really ahead of its time and it's still good today.
Oh, for sure. Like I know the Swedish Chef. Like I know there was a time I was getting stoned with my buddy and I don't know how it came on. I think it might have been like one of the old Muppet movies was on and I was fucking watching it and he was on there and I think I fucking laughed for like a good 20 minutes straight.
Well, I had a boss when I worked at Kroger who used to walk around all the time and say, "Vert the Ferk." and that became like a thing between me and like anytime something went wrong, "Vert the Ferk." And yeah, so I mean, my dad even had a shirt of a Swedish Chef that said "Vert the Ferk," and he would wear it. He would wear it. He called it his Walmart shirt. Yeah, I still got. I kept that. I just thought that was funny. Like every time he went to Walmart, he'd throw that shirt on.
As you should.
Yeah.
All right, the Mount Rushmore Award. This used to be the Hall of Fame award, but we changed it because it seemed like we'd always delve into a Mount Rushmore conversation. So like we fucking just decided to change it to the Mount Rushmore. Arnold Schwarzenegger, would this be on his Mount Rushmore?
I think it's just outside. I think there's better movies.
What would be your?
I mean, if I went by what I think his best movies are, I mean, True Lies, Predator, Terminator, and then I would probably go like maybe Total Recall.
Okay.
But if I was going, my own personal,
your own personal.
I'd want to
Mount Rushmore.
If I went my own personal, I would go. True Lies is probably my favorite Arnold movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would go Terminator.
1 or 2.
And then from God, I'll go 2 because that was actually the first one I've seen.
Oh, dude, totally.
Go back.
Yeah, I was introduced to the Terminator franchise with 2.
Yeah. And then I'm going to step outside of the action, and I'm going to go Kindergarten Cop,
Okay.
and my favorite Christmas movie, Jingle All the Way.
Okay. My the year Kindergarten Cop come out, I think between Kindergarten Cop and Home Alone, I think I seen those like at least 3 or 4 times in the movie at the movies.
Oh yeah,
My mom fucking loves both of those movies, so anytime I'd ask my mom to take me to the movies, it was either one of those 2 movies.
oh man, I love Kindergarten Cop's that one that always seemed like it was on TBS,
Mm-hmm.
and no matter where it was at, like, oh, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, that was like when I think that was he did that to prove that Twins wasn't a fluke, because Twins was like the first comedy that he did. And I'm actually surprised that he never really gave comedy more of a chance. I mean, he did.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, he did Twins. He did Kindergarten Cop. I think Junior Bombing, as bad as it did. And then I think, well, before that, Last Action Hero has a lot of comedy in it too. But I think between those 2 being kind of flops, kind of like, hey, maybe I should just stick to my wheelhouse. For me, I do Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 because he essentially is playing a bad guy in Terminator 1. He's a good guy in Terminator 2. Predator. Predator is one of my favorite movies of all time. So that's my favorite Arnold movie. And then I would go Total Recall. But outside looking in, I really fucking dig Commando.
Yeah, I do too.
If there wasn't a remake of The Running Man coming out, like I've been wanting to do an 80s Arnold movie for a while. If I was picking one, Commando would have been the front runner. But
understandable.
Yeah, I do love Commando. I've already answered this question last week. This one did not make mine, but since you were a special guest, I'll let you answer the question. Stephen King adaptations. So this could be any property of Stephen King's that's been made into a feature film. Now that disqualifies all the TV movie stuff, all like It, the Tim Curry It, the Tommyknockers, all that stuff that used to come on ABC during was it February? Yeah, February sweeps. So anything that was made into a theatrical movie. Just make the best Stephen King adaptations. I said no for because mine was Stand By Me, The Shawshank Redemption. I think I had The Shining, and I think I can't remember what I had, but I know The Running Man was not one of them.
Yeah, I don't think it would be on mine because Stand By Me and The Shawshank Redemption are probably my 2 all-time favorite movies. Again, with Stand By Me, it was one of the ones that got played over and over and over at the house. And now Shawshank, that man, like I at one point knew that movie word for word. Easily one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, dude, me, Lucas, and Adam have all had this debate. 1994, the Best Picture nominees were Four Weddings and a Funeral, Quiz Show, which actually I just watched Quiz Show not too long ago. Fantastic movie, and probably would have been a stronger contender in any other year. But the last 3 nominees were Forrest Gump, The Shawshank Redemption, and Pulp Fiction. And each one of us has a different point of view on which, like Lucas is in the Forrest Gump camp, I'm in the Pulp Fiction camp, and then Adam is the Shawshank guy. But I for me, like Pulp Fiction was one of those movies that like kind of changed my way that I watched movies, but like looking at it now, like it's really close between Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption. And then I think everything else is kind of like a step back. But man, he's got such a like fuck. I can't. He's probably had like most of his books and short stories have been adapted into some kind of either like a TV movie, a television show, a feature film. It's driving me nuts what the other movie I picked was, but yeah, the Running Man was not one of them.
He did Misery, right?
Yeah, that was the other one. It was Misery.
Yeah, like that was one my dad had rented, let me watch with him. And yeah, like I love that movie. It's not really that it's gory, it's just like you got some psycho bitch.
Yeah, it's a psychopath. You know, the psychopath like basically like locking. It's a little bit like Silence of the Lambs, but not quite.
Yeah.
So it'd be Shawshank. You got Shawshank, Stand By Me, and Misery.
And then I would probably go like I really like the original It. But I also the scariest movie to me is The Shining, and it's the reason that I hate hallways in hotels.
Oh, shit, I didn't know you were that big of a fan of that movie. I would have had you on last when we did it.
Yeah, like we went to when we were in DC. We were stuck at the end of the hallway, and we every time we leave, I put my head down and just start walking as fast as I could to the elevator. Why are you? What is the deal? I was like, I can't stand hotel hallways, especially like we were at the very end.
If I tell you what, if I could find the carpet from the Overlook Hotel, I'd totally redo my house in that. So you've got Stand By Me. So yours is pretty much mine.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong. That's I will say that's a pretty damn good Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to pick the last one. I'd probably go the route of The Shining.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean those are. My dad would just kind of give me like the gist, like, yeah, this is like the book. Yeah, this isn't like the book.
Yeah.
Or, but yeah, those were easily. I couldn't put the Running Man on.
Yeah. Futuristic action movies. Action movies that take place in the future. I also did not have that one on mine, but mine would be Total Recall. Let's see. I always have to bring up a list because like I have something in my head and then like something else will come up. You know, like, oh fuck, I should have named that one. Okay, yeah, the 4 that I had, I don't need to worry about it. But yeah, I had Alien. Although, no, I would say Aliens because Alien I consider more of a horror movie. So I'd have Alien. I'd have Total Recall. Obviously Star Wars. And, man, trying to really narrow this down. Nah, I'm gonna go for it, and I'll probably regret it later because something else will come into my head. And like, fuck, I should have put that one instead. But this, the OG Planet of the Apes. Get your paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Yeah, that's a tough one to pick. I guess I never really thought about. I mean, yeah, Total Recall would definitely be on there. I don't know if I'd put The Running Man on there or not. Let me see what I can come up with here. Ooh, Blade Runner.
God, yeah. Never mind. I'll take the Planet of the Apes off, put Blade Runner down. That movie's a fucking classic.
The Matrix.
See, I don't know. Does the Matrix take place in the future, or does it just take place in a different reality? Because see, I thought about that one for a minute, but like I got to thinking, like it doesn't really. I don't know if I would say it takes place in the future or not. I guess you could make the case because the stuff outside of the Matrix. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, Inception. I didn't think about that one. Is that really?
See, I don't think that one takes place in the future either. I when I think of future, like where like the technology is like something we've never seen. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Can we throw Back to the Future 2 in there?
You know my heart.
Man. Oh, they got The Fifth Element on here too.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. I think let's go. Let's say Total Recall, The Matrix, The Fifth Element. What was the other one I said? I can't remember. Yeah, Blade Runner. Okay. Yep. Those are my 4.
Okay. I did have cheesy Arnold one-liners, but we kind of have already discussed that, so I'm going to skip that one. Last one, movies where humans are hunted for sport. Now, see, like this one takes a minute because the first 2 that come to mind are The Running Man and Hard Target. But then do you include like movies like Predator where like aliens are hunting humans for sport? Because essentially that's the same premise, but just aliens instead of human beings.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could throw that in there. Yeah, I think I would definitely put The Running Man on there for this. I mean, my own personal. And then I had mentioned The Condemned earlier. And I think it's just a little soft spot in my heart for Stone Cold Steve Austin. But
you know, when I rented that movie from when Netflix, I don't know if you younger listeners out there, but Netflix used to be where you could like they would mail you DVDs and you could watch them. And in my case, I would burn them onto a disc and then send them right back. I got The Condemned. Didn't hate it. I mean, it reminded me a lot of No Escape, that Ray Liotta movie, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah. No, like, I think I enjoyed, I mean, it was a perfect movie for I mean, if you're going to do a movie with Steve Austin, yeah, that's probably the one you want to do. But what's the guy's name that was like his antagonist? Was it Vinny? He was a soccer player.
Oh, Vinny Jones.
Yeah, absolutely love that guy.
Oh, Dude, yeah. Bullet Tooth Tony from Snatch.
Wasn't he in Euro Trip?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was the crazed soccer fan.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Um,
And
from
that was hard, like, to come up, like, I mean, the Hunger Games was on there. That really wasn't my typical type of movie that
the first
go
Hunger
for.
Games I really liked, and they the second one and the third one are all right, and then they do a fourth one. Then they have this prequel series, I think now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the first one. I know for me, I had Hard Target. It's my favorite Van Damme movie besides Bloodsport. Like if I were doing a Van Damme double feature, those would always be my two. Although a sudden death, I could be easily talked into sudden death. Oh well, shit, for Van Damme month, I guess I'll have to have you on for. Well, fuck, I've already done Hard Target and Bloodsport, so yeah, we'll have to do 90s action month, and I'll just do those. I'll have to have you on for a couple of those. For me, it would be Hard Target. I would have Deliverance, because when I put this question on there, like I had to think about that. I was like, they're basically hunting those guys. So Deliverance, Hard Target, The Running Man, and I would have The Purge.
Oh yeah, that was the other one. That I mean, that, and I also liked the Death Race 2000.
Oh,
Just
the old which is it? David Carradine, or is it the one with Statham?
no, this is the original.
Okay, yeah.
The original was wild.
Oh yeah, dude. My when I worked at a video store, my manager told me about Death Race 2000. He goes, "You got to watch this. He goes, you'll get a kick out of it." And I like, do I really want to watch this? Like, I don't know. Like, I looked at it, wasn't really feeling it, and then one night I was like, "Fuck it, I'll watch it." Just tell him I watched it. I was like, "Fuck, this movie is awesome." The remake's not hateful, but like the OG one's really good.
Yeah, that one. I don't know how. I can't remember how I think that was just late night cruising the cable networks.
It was on
And
Comet.
just happened to come across.
It was on Comet at like 11:30 at night.
Yeah. It's just one of those ones that you didn't know what it was, but you saw a few minutes of it and like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sit and see how this plays out.
Yeah, I'll see what happens next. Last category we come up with is we do the Brotato score, which you rate the movie from. I don't know if we've decided on 4 stars or 5 stars, but I think we do. I think we do 5. So, Brotato score 1 to 5. What would you give this? And we also do the Ed McMahon Star Search scoring system, so you can do like 3 3/4 stars or whatever.
Okay, so I would say maybe 3 1/4. It hits all the. I mean, if you want an action movie to watch, it hits all those points. Is it the greatest movie? No, but it's enjoyable and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the greatest movie. It's not the best Arnold movie. It's not the best action movie, but it's solid for what it is. And I mean, for me, it's just, more nostalgia than anything. That was probably the movie I watched the most with my dad. So yeah, that's probably why it's one of those movies that I love to watch. But yeah, I mean, it's not great, but it's solid.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5. This movie is kind of like I've kind of touched on a little bit, but essentially the premise of this podcast is like you're flipping through the channels, but you really can't do that much anymore. Back when, we were growing up, you could just channel surf and like come across something and like, oh, I'll watch a couple minutes of this. And next thing you know, you're fucking into the movie. And this was one of those for me. Like if I were flipping through the channels and I seen Richard Dawson, like the Running Man is like the program has just started and he's doing his whole spiel in front of the audience. Like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and watch a little bit of this. This is one of those movies. And like, if you watch 10 minutes of it, fine. And it's one of those movies that I don't think I've ever seen. I think I've only seen it from beginning to end, like maybe 3 times, but like I've piecemealed together from watching it so many times on cable. Like could piecemeal the thing together. So yeah, I'd say a good 3 out of 5.
Solid.
All right. Well, when you mentioned it earlier, maybe in December, maybe we'll do Tango and Cash.
Okay. Yeah, I love that movie.
So yeah, just be on standby. I'm gonna try to slip that one past Adam, see what he says. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. You're always an awesome guest, so I knew that this would be fun when I asked you to come on.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, dude. That's going to wrap it up for today's show. If you liked what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you listen to the show on Apple or Spotify, be sure to please take a moment of your time. Leave us a 5-star review. That helps the show get a little bit of recognition in those search results. Also lets us know what we're doing here or what we need to improve on. You can contact the show via Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram. All those links are in the show description below. If you have any questions or concern, hit us up at our email, also in the show description below. So that'll do it for this week. So until next time, we will talk to you guys and gals later.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.